Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
And collectively we are real life Office Blokes.
Yep,
we are.
2 of the YouTube channels, Patreon page, social media merch, all that good stuff. Click the link in the description and it'll take you where you need to go. The insane scale of Jeff Bezos' wealth visualized. It was yesterday.
Do you say Bezos or Bezos?
I say Bezos.
What do you say, Mike?
I'd say Bezos, probably.
I don't think he gives a shit
sure.
what any of us
I'm
call
not sure
him.
what it is, actually, to be honest.
Sure, it's called a lot worse at the moment.
Spaceman, astronaut, Jeff Bezos.
Barely
That's the
spaceman.
Quite high up, man.
5 minute spaceman.
Anyway, you can't talk shit about him because he's listening.
He watches the show.
No, he's listening to everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clever guy.
Anyway, I think what we're going to know, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, but if you upset him, your parcels will be delivered late tomorrow. He'll be on the phone going, don't deliver their parcels before 9.
Is he worth 200 billion now?
I don't know.
Is it?
I'm sure his wealth doubled last year or something, and despite a divorce that took half his wealth or something,
really?
it's gone straight back up.
Crazy money.
It's madness, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Anyway, we'll get into it. The insane scale of Jeff Bezos' wealth visualized.
People to use the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. Jeff Bezos is a man with a lot of money.
He's a robot,
At the absolute pinnacle of his drug empire, Pablo Escobar was worth an estimated $59 billion in today's money.
Wow.
In September of 2020, Jeff Bezos' net worth...
To be fair, who would you rather hang out with?
I know which one would be a lot more fun anyway.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is a robot sent from the future, and Pablo Escobar had hippos. So.
No brainer, then,
Yeah,
really. I mean,
precisely.
if you got hippos.
The whole night would be very different, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a bit.
Jeff can go to space.
Yeah, he looks like somebody who'd go down the pub for a drink with Donny Pablo.
Yeah. Me and Pablo will be
Could be anywhere. I mean,
it'd be some powder out and everything.
It'd be a mess, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be a few days, wouldn't it? But yeah, he's just a very peculiar looking guy, Jeff Bezos. Isn't he?
It's like Barry.
worth exceeded $204.6 billion.
Wow,
More than 3 times the amount of wealth that Pablo Escobar ever held. Understanding just how enormous of a fortune $204.6 billion actually is quite difficult for the human mind. So in this video, I'll be doing my best to put that insane level of wealth into perspective for you. Let's begin with this map. Haiti, Madagascar, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Republic of the Congo, Burundi, Uganda, the Central African Republic, Cameroon, Djibouti, Sudan, Chad, Niger, Benin, Togo, Burkina Faso, Mali, Mauritania, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, the Gambia, Syria, Afghanistan, and Ukraine. Nearly 270 million adults, representing 3.5% of the human population, versus Jeff Bezos, a single man who has more wealth than every single person living in all of these countries have combined. Wow. Jeff Bezos' wealth is so astronomical. Imagine for a moment that you were immortal and you got a job that paid you $8,000 every single hour that you were alive. If you first got this job at the time of the birth of Christ and were continuously making $8,000 an hour every single hour that has ever happened since then across more than 2,000 years of history, you'd still not have anywhere near close to enough wealth as Jeff Bezos has.
Jeez.
So what happens when you don't pay tax, isn't it? We'd be paying tax on our $8,000 an hour.
I think Liberia, when he mentioned Liberia in Africa there, when Charles Taylor was in charge, I think he might have given him over his money and his wealth.
Oh, right.
And corruption money that he had.
Right.
It's just balmy.
It's
No
mind-blowing.
one
That
needs
is-
that much.
That's just, I don't know. That's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
That calculation there, $8,000 an hour.
I know. Who think of doing that as well?
Let's say you'd calculate, wouldn't you? For 2,020 years.
That's for every hour as well. Not even just a working day, is it?
Yeah, that's probably
Incredible.
asleep.
July 20th earlier this year in 2020, Jeff Bezos' wealth increased by over $13 billion. In a single day, Jeff Bezos' wealth increased by more than the entire annual GDP of Madagascar, a country of over 26 million people. To put his overall wealth into even more perspective, Bezos' total fortune of over $204.6 billion is more than the entire annual GDP of Indonesia, the world's 16th largest economy, and home to over 267 million people. It is also more than
So Jeff Bezos is like the world's top 15 economies just as a person.
As a person on
or
his own.
whatever it is. It's just absolutely crackers.
How can you amass that much wealth? It's absolutely incredible.
Well, but putting small businesses out of business and centralising everything.
Exactly the way you do it.
It's
Yeah.
Amazon, isn't it?
He's seen an opportunity though, didn't he?
Well, someone else would have done it if he didn't do
of course
it.
he would.
Fair play to him, I say.
I don't resent
Absolutely.
him for it. I wonder if he does a lot of good with it. You know, like Bill Gates.
The Bill Gates
gives a lot
Foundation.
to charity.
Proper
Did he buy out Pablo Escobar's?
You could not be into cocaine if you had over 200 billion, because you could afford as much as you possibly wanted all the time forever.
Yeah.
So you'd be dead within 6 months. Gotta look after yourself.
double the combined net worth of the entire British royal family, which is presently valued at around $80 billion. But enough with comparing Jeff Bezos' fortune
I think the Queen is actually a lot richer than that. I just think the stuff not talked about. Lizard money
Yeah, I
buried
mean, I'm
under
not that
Parliament.
well up on what they actually own,
I think
property-wise, or whether it's like the state that owns some of it, or I don't know. But
I think she owns the world, the Queen, secretly.
she's,
I just keep my
It's
head
a
down.
lot,
As
innit?
soon as I see anything that says Her Majesty's from the start of a letter, I don't fuck all to do with it. Keep it.
with countries and monarchs, let's compare his wealth to something a bit more easy for all of us to understand. The base price of a 2019 Toyota Corolla is $18,700. Jeff Bezos' fortune, if converted into pure cash, would be enough to purchase 10,941,176 of these 2019 Toyota Corollas.
Wonder if anyone from Toyota's tried to sell him a fleet deal. We'll throw in like a 10% extra.
hey, yeah, good idea.
It's just that much money in it that any industry in the world he could just go, I'm going to have that.
could do.
Steel industry's failing in the UK. I'll just buy it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's not even going to notice.
Yeah, but he's
is
not
it?
going to buy it because it's not worth anything.
No, but I'm not.
He's
I'm
only
not,
worth. He's only worth increasing his wealth.
I'm not saying as a business decision. I'm just saying he has that much power that when the government have had to bail out industries and stuff, he could just literally step in and billion, whatever.
Yeah.
You talk about corruption before, and we were talking about different things. One of the sheikhs from the Middle East has bought a massive property investment company in the UK, and he's building up all East Manchester. Right.
Yeah.
So when you go around I don't know when the last time you were in East Manchester was, but it's fucking changed massively.
Yeah.
It's gone from being a proper shithole to being quite nice.
A lot
now.
of building going on in there.
Yeah,
up there,
it's gone really. It looks really smart now, and this is all investment there. So, what kind of corruption would they hold over the council now for what they've done in that area?
Well, he did with the Metro link, didn't he? There was an issue where essentially I think he just said, well, I'm not going to do this next phase of the Metro link unless that's resolved. And then it was resolved, and then he's gone on to invest in infrastructure.
Yeah.
So the blatantly is. Don't quote me on that, but it's an anecdotal thing that someone told me.
If it makes things better, then go for it.
Yeah.
Toyota concentrated 100% of its factories and production into only producing Corollas and nothing else. It would still take the entire company over an entire year to produce that many for him. Let's think of his wealth in another sense. The average American worker earns a salary of $49,764 per year. In order for the average American worker to save up enough wealth to match Jeff Bezos, they would have to work for $4,111,405 years. Put into another perspective, Jeff Bezos has added $70 billion to his wealth over the past 12 months, from September 2019 to September 2020. That means that over the last year, Jeff Bezos accumulated $9 million every hour, $149,000 every minute, and $2,489 every single second.
This guy needs to go on Dragon's Den.
Oh man, don't they just?
There's no conceivable way he could even dent his wealth. So he goes and looks at a house for 10 million and he's like, yeah, you know what, sweet, I'll buy that.
I don't think that happens, but yeah,
No,
go
but an hour later, he's re-earned that money. $9 million an hour he earns.
on. That's why he's fucking about space and shit.
Because it's just crackers, isn't
What
it?
else are you going to do? He can do anything he wants on the planet here.
Yeah.
So what else
Yeah.
is next up? I'll go to space.
Like I say, you'd like to think he'll invest a load in, good sort of charitable causes, wouldn't you?
You'd
You
hope
like
so.
to think
Sure
so
he
with
does.
that amount of money, because the
You've
amount of
got
money
to.
that he's actually earning all the time anyway, without even spending anything. It's
I think
mind-blowing,
he's,
isn't it?
he's
Amazing.
actually the Terminator that came back from the future, and he's investing it all in his Terminator army that's going to wipe out humanity in a couple of years.
Do you reckon if he was just Jim that worked in an Amazon warehouse, he'd have like a fit bird?
No. I reckon he'd be after a gym.
Now, start a timer from September 1st, 2019 to September 1st, 2020. In just the first 9 minutes of this year, Jeff Bezos gained more wealth than the average college-educated American woman will in her entire lifetime, and in only 15 minutes, more than the average college-educated American man will in his lifetime as well. 27 minutes into the year, and Bezos has already gained more wealth than the average American lawyer will in their entire lifetime. 45 minutes into the year, and he's already gained more than the average American doctor will in their entire lifetime. Just 5.5 hours into the year, and he's already gained more wealth than the entire net worth of David Solomon, the CEO of Goldman Sachs. Within the first 8 working hours of the year, he's already gained more wealth than the entire annual GDP of Tuvalu. By the end of day 2, his wealth has already increased more than the entire net worth of Beyonce. By the end of day 3, his wealth has increased more than the entire net worth of Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. By the end of the first week, he personally gained more wealth than the entire annual profits of Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Wing Street all combined. Within the first month, he, personally again, has gained more wealth than the entire annual revenue of GameStop, a corporation with 56,000 employees. 2 months in, and he has acquired more wealth than the entire annual GDP of Zimbabwe, a country with over 16 million people. And finally, by the end of the year, he had acquired $70 billion, an amount of wealth that's largely equal to the entire annual GDP of Venezuela during.
Yeah, but is he happy?
I think he's transcended human emotions. Looking at his face, he's just a grey person.
I wish he was a United fan. Really do.
See, you proved it. You want what we've got. There it is on video.
Oh man, unbelievable, isn't it? Eh?
What's the total deficit in this country? That used to be bandied around pre-COVID, didn't it?
Yeah,
There was
not
a
sure at the
figure they
moment.
used to
It's
give.
in the trillions, isn't it?
Is it trillions? Might as well leave it alone then, Jeff. Don't worry about it.
The same year, a country with over 28 million people that controls the largest amount of proven oil reserves anywhere in the entire world.
Wow.
And all of this isn't even close to being halfway there to all of Jeff Bezos' fortune of $204.6 billion. Even compared to other historical figures from American history, Jeff Bezos is still extraordinarily wealthy. Adjusted for inflation today, Jeff Bezos is even wealthier today than Henry Ford was at the time of his death, and is roughly equivalent in wealth to Cornelius Vanderbilt during the Gilded Age in the 19th century. The wealthiest man to have ever lived in modern history was John D. Rockefeller, who at the time of his death in 1937 was worth an estimated $418 billion adjusted for inflation today, nearly double the wealth of Jeff Bezos. Rockefeller was so enormously wealthy that his net worth was equivalent to 3% of the entire United States GDP at that time. However, Rockefeller died with that net worth at the age of 97. Jeff Bezos has roughly half that amount of wealth, but he's only 56. In my opinion, it's very probable that within a few years, Bezos will not only surpass Rockefeller's wealth, but will likely become humanity's first trillionaire as well. Here's how. The average annual rate of return in the stock market is around 6% per year. If Jeff Bezos simply maintains that average rate of return on his wealth, then he will surpass the net worth of Rockefeller within the next 13 years when he's only 69, and he will become humanity's first trillionaire within the next 28 years when he's 84. It's very reasonable to assume.
But that was just based off investing the money, not profits from Amazon.
Yeah.
Because they said based off the stock market.
Yeah, that's
it's
right. And the
investments.
return on the investments, which is what they said, about 6%.
I
Was
bet
it?
when he's 86, he'd want a
The average.
69.
It's just nuts, though, isn't it? Because Amazon's showing no signs of slowing down, is it?
No, not at
Proving
all.
all the time, isn't it? So, it's the way the world's... Amazon's changed the world.
It has changed
The way we do
It
things.
is. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible success story.
Warehouse
Yeah,
employees
it's,
wearing nappies because they've not got the time for a toilet break. Changed the world for the better there, Jeff.
Have
Yeah,
you
nice
been
one,
listening to rumours again?
No, that's true. That's proven. That's actually been proven. There's a few documentaries that have come out about
They can
the
always
it's
fucking go
the
and
work-
work somewhere else.
good for the manufacturers of adult-sized
nappies,
nappies, though,
yeah,
isn't it?
Which is also provided by Amazon.
yeah, precisely. You're stuck. So some of these towns,
And they can deliver them within minutes.
some of these towns, especially in America, Amazon's the only employer.
Yeah.
So it's you wear
Yeah,
your adult
massive
nappy and you get in line, or you're done. You've not got a job.
It's
If
absolutely
everyone
juggernaut,
fucks it off,
isn't
though, what's going to happen?
Absolutely.
Robots. That's what he wants. His kind.
It's a massive employer around here.
Yeah, of
Oh, no,
course
it's
it is,
massive
yeah.
facility
Huge.
at the airport.
Airport, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You think it's just going to grow and grow, don't you? I mean, any company can fail. Any company.
That
But
ain't going to fail.
that's what I mean,
That's
but
structured.
You
know-
would have thought this one is going to be pretty safe, wouldn't you?
The only thing that can happen to Amazon is if the countries it's in break it up
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's a monopoly, which I think in America they did with AT&T a couple of decades ago, because it was literally a monopoly of the market
Yeah.
for telecoms.
Yeah, earning so much money that the
Yeah. So I think it's inevitable, actually, that the American government especially will step in and break up Amazon into subsidiaries.
So
So
he
maybe.
pays some money.
that's why he's
Yeah.
got Amazon
Money
Space
talks.
and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's all going to be write-offs, isn't it?
That the world's
Such a
wealthiest
cynic.
man with access to the best healthcare imaginable will survive to 84 years old. And by that time, it's probable that Bezos will have accumulated an entire $1 trillion in wealth for himself. $204.6 billion is an incredibly difficult amount to visualize. But what's even more incredible is how rapidly Jeff Bezos has acquired that much. He was born to a 17-year-old mother still in high school, and his father simply owned a bicycle shop. He worked at McDonald's in high school, and he founded Amazon in 1994 inside of his garage. Founding a business is challenging, and founding a business that goes on to become the second most valuable corporation in the world that boosts you up to the world's wealthiest man is even more challenging. It takes a lot of skills and talents across a variety of different fields that each require practice. So if you've made it this far into the video and you're wanting to learn the skills it takes to be better at anything,
Wow, so he's come from nothing there.
Absolutely, yeah. Built it up
What a
from
great
scratch.
story.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he has a proper success story there,
Yeah.
which I do love. Don't get me wrong. I am.
Branson's the same, isn't he? He's a similar sort of success story.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
went to space first.
Yeah.
So
Wait, none of them went to space.
he went to in a
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I'd give people like that a hard time because it's such a different world.
No, of course
it's
it is. Literally.
incomprehensible.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
well, it literally is. But yeah, fair play to him, self-made to
Yeah.
get to that
Mate,
point.
starting a garage, it just shows what you can do. If you've got the right ideas and you've got the work ethic, anything's possible, I suppose.
I love
Given
stories
the
like
chance.
that, mate. Success like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just think when you're earning, what was it, $9 million an hour? Is that what the
I can't remember.
or was it a
exactly.
day? Or some I can't remember how much of it. I think because when I said he could buy a house
I
for
think it was
10
an hour,
million,
yeah,
I think
wasn't
it
it?
was an
Yeah,
hour. Yeah, just the good you could do if you actually wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Bill Gates tried to do, wasn't it? Do a lot of good, and then he got
Slated,
for
yeah.
it. And now he's trying to control everyone with 5G around the world. Isn't he? Pasting everyone's phone and all that.
Yeah, I know.
He can
Yeah.
track mine. I've got fuck all secrets. He can do whatever he wants. Right?
Absolutely. No, it's what a success story though.
It's
But
madness.
That's a great
it's
story.
What amount of money though? I mean, some of the things that we're coming up with there to compare it to, amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. But
I'd be doing a lot of stuff on the quiet if I had that sort of money. I wouldn't want everyone knocking on my door constantly trying to, we've heard that you're giving to charities and stuff, but
can you imagine trying to manage it though, that wealth?
You'd probably
Knowing
have-
that
you have a
someone's
team.
not fleecing you somewhere along the line.
You'd have teams for everything.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
You'd have security. No one would be knocking on your door, mate. I guarantee that. Like you won't even get anywhere near.
Yeah, you'd have to be careful.
David still have his like electrician's car when he drives around.
Yeah, under the radar.
Still
Absolutely.
looking through the window at his wood burner. Bastard.
I'd buy the street. I'd buy every single house on that street and I'd move into all of them.
Apart from one.
Yeah, apart from one. Not allowed. Yeah, just wait and see how long that takes. So move all my family into the street.
Anyway,
Awesome.
yeah, it was good that. I hope you guys like
Yeah.
that too. Don't forget like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.